Hello, guys. Good evening. Hi, class. Hi, everybody.
Good evening, teacher.
Good
Yes,
evening,
can you hear me?
teacher.
Hi, guys. So is everything okay with my audio and in my video? Because, well, I was having some unsteady internet signal here, but I think it's steady again. Thank you, Leslie and Isabel. Okay, guys, just let me know that everybody's having access to the virtual classroom. Yes? Because every
Yes.
week somebody is asking for the link, and I'll always upload it in Moodle. So I'm concerned about it because I say everybody
Miss,
has
I always
access.
try to find it because the first time you put it, the very first class, and I could find it, but now I don't know if I'm looking in another place, but I think I'm not. But
Okay,
I
yes,
see it is
let
in
me
the
retell you. Let
is
me
in
retell you, Denise.
okay.
Yes, don't worry. No worries. Just ask when you need to know something that you don't know exactly what's going on, ask. So this is your virtual classroom, right?
Yes.
Remember, I'm gonna
Yes.
give you the link again, just in case you don't have it. Well, in the chat here, in the Zoom chat, you have the virtual classroom. And link 9-week. I always write the link, well, upload the link, right? For
Okay.
weekly, no, the weekly link, right? So it's here in the left menu,
Maybe
right?
I'm looking in a wrong place because I start to looking like more more in the top, looking for the week.
Okay,
Maybe
because
could be that.
this is Moodle, right? This is in Moodle,
Yes.
not in the
Yes.
platform, not in
No,
the
I
platform, of
I
course.
I look in there, but I'm not looking in the right
Uh-huh,
place.
and we have always this menu on the left, and here we have it, no? Mhm.
Okay, Miss. Thank you.
You're welcome, you're welcome. I always write down the even the dates, right? Always, for you to be sure that this is the last link. So from September the 1st to September the 5th, for example, right? Even though we don't have classes every day, no? The 5 days a week. We have classes just 3 days, but this is gonna cover this week. Yes? I mean, I'm not angry or something like that. No, I'm not teasing you. No, anybody, Denise, or anybody, guys. I'm just concerned that you don't have access because probably you lost your password or your username or something happened. So you may ask. But if you have it, okay, just ask me. No problem, right? No problem. Okay, guys, tell me something about when changing the life, especially the life of people, and you know about it. Leslie, and probably Isa. I don't know who else is a mom or a dad, right? What is the difference between what is the difference between somebody who is single and somebody who has kids? Lifestyle, of course.
There is a
Lifestyle.
lot of things, teacher.
A lot of things. Give me one difference
You see
between
life
somebody who,
different.
uh-huh.
Now you
Yes, just one
concern for
thing.
things that you didn't used to do it when we were single.
You concerned about things you didn't when you didn't have kids or you were single, right? Okay. As for example, sleep
The
all night long.
dangers,
Dangers
the
that happen.
dangers, yes, the
Dangers
insecurity
at
for the kids.
dangers at home, dangers outside home, right? Okay. Okay, thank you. Isabel, do you have children?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay. Another thing that changed in your life when you became a mom?
The
When you
economy.
became. Uh-huh.
Economy
You
as
have to
well.
spend. You have you have to administrate your expenses.
Yes, administrate your expenses because economy also changes. You have children, Denise?
No, miss, only pets too.
Okay, only pets in this moment,
But
but
they
pets,
they are also expensive.
they are expensive. Pet economy. Have you heard of that? Pet economy?
No,
It
I
is
haven't.
it is increasing. The pet economy, it is increasing. Have you heard about it, Hector or Carolina? Have you heard about pet economy? Even though they are not children, they are sort of.
Kind
Sort
of.
of. It's not exactly the same. Yeah. So do you have pets? Carolina, Daniel, Hector?
Yes, miss. I have
Yes,
to.
teacher.
Yes. Two dogs, and they are expensive, right? The food,
Really
the
expensive.
vaccine, really expensive. The food, the vaccines, even their sweaters or accessories. No, if you want to buy them any accessories. Daniel, cats, dogs,
I have
I don't
5
know,
dogs and 3 cats.
hamsters. 5 dogs?
Mm-hmm. 3 cats.
Wow, 5 dogs and 3 cats. Wow. So you have a shelter, almost a shelter. Come on,
Yeah,
Daniel. Right.
almost.
It's very almost. Wow. Yes, you are a pet lover. And they are cute, of course. They are cute.
I'm
But they are
similar
yeah.
to
expensive.
Daniel.
Hmm?
I'm
Yeah?
Yes, I have
How many dogs?
7 and 1 cat.
7 dogs. Oh my God.
Yes,
I'm
and
just thinking about
eat a
children are
lot.
expensive. Children are expensive, but pets are also expensive. It's not the same, no, Leslie? Do you have pets, Leslie, as well as children? You have pets as well? Do your children have pets or no?
Yes.
How many?
2 dogs, 6 fish, and 3 parrots.
Okay, okay. Anyway, all of them eat, and you have to take care of them.
I have a cousin that she has a dog, but the dog has some allergies, and she had to put it like a vaccination every month, and it is like 4,000 for the vaccination
Wow.
because the dog is
Yes.
allergic.
Yes, yes, yes. It's getting and it's increasing. This pet economy is increasing, right? In fact, I given one of my dogs. I have 2 guys, and one of my dogs is having this bond failure. I don't know how to call it because it's not exactly the same as in humans, but anyway, she needs some vitamins and a special, of course, condo protector. I don't know how do you say it. That protector in English is a protector for bones, and it's around 600 pesos. It's not that expensive, but anyway, it's more expensive than my vitamins a month. And I can believe it. I can believe it because when my daughter was of course a kid, she didn't need that. So I'm really amazed. But talking about new parents and how change life, how can life change? Sorry. Here we have a week off, especially for new parents. Okay, we are going to focus on certain grammar points, but I want you to do it in context. Can you help me read, please, these 2 paragraphs, right? 2 paragraphs from these new parents, right? Isabel, can you help me read the first part until weekend? And then Leslie, may you continue until the first paragraph, please. Yes,
Okay.
Isa.
A weekend off. We rarely have much time to ourselves. Our schedule is so busy that we just can't find the time to get out of the house. My husband and I both work full time and also have 2 small kids to look after. I had no idea that my parents were planning a special surprise for me this weekend.
Thank you. Leslie, please. Until
I
the weekend as well.
I only discovered that they had planned when I walked in the front in the front door of Friday night. As soon as I opened the door, they appeared with a bottle of wine and the news that they were taking the kids to the local theme park for the weekend.
Okay. Then Hector, please. Obviously.
Obviously, the kids were ecstatic. They haven't been to the theme park since they were 4 years old, and that was just for one day. Now they're going for a whole weekend. We were so grateful that we gave my mom and dad a massive hug. However, there had to be some ground rules for the kids. We told them that they shouldn't annoy grandma and granddad under any circumstances, and that they mustn't eat too many sweets before going on the roller coaster on any account.
Okay, thank you. Daniel, please.
The moment my parents left the house, we opened the bottle of wine and sat on the sofa, enjoying the sudden peace and quiet. We didn't realize how tired we were until we sat down. We hardly ever get a chance to watch a movie together over a glass of wine. However, as soon as we had chosen a movie and started watching it, we both fell asleep. It wasn't until the next morning when we wake up that we truly appreciate how quiet the house was. We hadn't had the house to ourselves since our second daughter was born. We didn't know what to do with ourselves.
Okay, so that happens to some parents or many parents. Has it happened to you, Leslie? Or even with pets,
Yes,
guys?
teacher.
Well, it's not the same. It's not the same, of course, but even with pets, it's tiring as well. Yes, so you don't have time for yourself. No?
No, I tried, but sometimes the day passed and I didn't take the time.
No, it's difficult, right? Your children are young or they are grown-ups, Isabel?
I have a daughter that is 35 years old, and the other one is 13 years old. So I got
Okay.
a big one and a young one.
Wow. Okay. Interesting and
I know.
difficult and difficult at the same time, no? Probably. But
Entire.
and tiring as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So look at the different, of course, ideas we have here talking about these tired parents, of course. We have different inversions. And what does that mean? And you are going to look at them, please. Let me just check if I can. Yeah, I guess I can. I can give you the document here in the chat for you to have it, of course, and display it on your own computers, right? Because this is
Teacher,
not a top
sorry,
secret.
I saw that we already had a second exam in the platform
Oh, okay.
and it is running the time.
Yes, teacher. I already made it.
Yes, you have already made it, Daniel?
Yes.
Wow.
Sorry.
Yes, it is the final. No, it's okay. Yeah, thank you for telling me because I was about to tell you, but by the end of the class, not now because I almost forget it. Thank you, Leslie, for reminding me. This second exam is the final exam for Advanced 2. Most of you have finished, right? This Advanced 2, and you are starting Advanced 3, right? Or no?
Yes.
Yes, remember, according to the calendar, right? Because it's every month. Remember that it's every month, right? Every month you have a test, right? For the evaluation is going to be this midterm that was from the first 5 units of Advanced 2, and now from 6 to 10, units 6 to 10, right? From Advanced 2, right? Next month, or by the end of the month, right? The beginning of next month is going to be midterm for Advanced 3. That are units from 1 to 5 or Advanced 3. Yes? Sure?
Okay.
How was it, Daniel?
It was not perfect, but I'm really proud of my, I don't know, my note.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it
And,
was really funny.
and did you find it challenging or not that challenging?
It's exactly that we were working in these classes, teacher. So I feel really comfortable with the exam. Yes.
Excellent. Okay, very good, very good. So, and your deadline is going to be by Wednesday? I don't remember the deadline.
Yes,
It's because
because
all
it
these,
says 4 days.
it's because let me tell you guys, let me tell you that for these hybrid courses, I'm not pretty much in control of the Discoveries platform. The ones who are in control of that are the coordinator and the principal from Eurocentro. So I'm not assigning your exams in that platform, right? The ones who are assigning them are the coordinator and the principal, but in this case, the coordinator. That's why I'm not that, let's say, link or connected with that. Yes. So thank you for reminding me. Yeah, because in this case, I'm a little just more connected just with your classes, right? That's why. Yeah. But yes. Okay, let me give you I was about to give the document, right? So for working together, these inversions, right? That are of course for this level, right? Let me check. It's quite a week enough. A week enough. Let me know that you receive the week enough student handout. It's not possible because yeah, I have it open, so I have to close it, right? To give it to you. Okay, meanwhile I give it to you, can you please screenshot this one, right? And we are about to also to check inversions language focus. That is, of course, some of the things that you can find here. Can you underline, right? Can you underline some of the inversion language forms that you can check in these two paragraphs? What would be inversions? Inversions are mainly the switch, no? The switch of auxiliary verbs and verbs, right? And for this level, upper intermediate level, well, advanced, right? Is going to be, of course, very necessary, not just to identify them, but also to use them when speaking, if possible, writing, of course, formal is quite formal, of course, it's quite formal expressions, but it's also necessary to identify some of them. I'm sure that some of them have been seen before. It's not the very first time you see them, but explicitly, probably yes, right? Implicitly when you were reading, no, any literature or any other things, right? Okay, so in that case, let's check, please, some of the most common, the most frequent inversions, right? So no sooner had we got out of the car than it started raining, right? Hardly had I got the shower when the phone rang, right? So these are more sophisticated, of course, structures, right? Have to invert, as you can see in the blue, of course, in the blue forms, right? That we first the auxiliary verb and then the subject. Now that's commonly we have the subject first, right? It has to do with inversions and of course with the different phrases that we use, right? That is as soon as or no sooner or hardly ever, rarely, never before. This one is very common as well, right? Not only, for example, this one is one of the most common that you can also check in both written and spoken language, right? Of course, not only can you take photos with the phone, but also videos, right? This is one of the most common, right? For example, or not until the end of the book do you find out who the murderer is. Don't worry, because these are also necessary to be practiced. All these structures are necessary to be practiced. So let me close it because I need to close it in order to give it to you. right? Of course, otherwise it's not going to be possible, right? And we are going to have some other practice here, right? Okay, let me know that you receive it, please. Okay, here it is. Yes, you can open it. Yes. Okay. Got it? Yes. Okay, in that case. Yeah. You see, guys, yes.
Yes, teacher.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, which of these inversions or which of these structures have you listened, have you read more frequently, right? In any situation, in both literature, news, sports, I don't know, songs, or you haven't? What can you tell me
No,
about the
teacher.
expressions we have?
This is
No?
common.
This is quite common. Yes, this is quite common. Not very colloquial, but it's quite common, right? In both professional and academic purposes. Yeah. Probably, if you listen more commonly to colloquial language, probably you haven't identified or use it. No, very commonly. What would you say?
Does this follow a rule?
Yes, I'm going to share as well. Just check because I have this. Yes, it follows a rule as well. Impression here. And I'm going to upload this to the virtual classroom. That's why I was concerned about Dennis and whoever can enter the virtual classroom because, well, we are going to check this, but I'm going to upload it to your virtual classroom in order to have it and, of course, to study, right? To study it, and we are going to practice, no? As much as possible, at least some time, right? So when do we use inversion? In different situations, right? In different situations, just putting the verb before the subject, right? Or the auxiliary verb. In question forms as well, right? So let's say traditional or normal sentence, you are tired, no? It's before the verb are, right? The subject is you, right? So you are tired, of course. But in question, this is inversion. Believe it or not, you already know it. This is an inversion. This is the most common inversion, right? And this is the basic, no? Basic inversion. Are you tired? This is an inversion, right? We placed the verb or the auxiliary verb before the subject. And this is the basic inversion, right? But what happens in most English verbs, right? So in verb to be, right? Or in present or in past, of course, in questions, no? In questions. But with other verb tenses, for example, in present continuous or present perfect or whatever, right? We just, right? Also, not just make questions, also with these adverbs that we said, hardly ever I got your attention or I got her attention, right? Or not only I play tennis, or not only she play tennis. She's also she's an architect, no? So she's marvelous, right? Because she has time for everything, right? So we have in different tenses, we use inversions all the time, especially in questions. So this is the basic that you already know. But there are especially two tenses that we need to form and still call inversion. For example, in this case, right? Where do you go? Or where did you go, right? Especially when we have an auxiliary verb. So this is called inversion, and you didn't know it, probably, no? Because so, as Spanish speakers, we never reflect on what kind of tense or what kind of issues do we use when we are speaking, right? Just speak and communicate because this is the way we need, right? But when do we need it? When do we use it? For adverbs or negative adverbs as the one that we have in that document I gave you. We are going to go back in a minute, right? Okay. We put the expression at the beginning, right? We put the expression at the beginning of the sentence to emphasize what we are saying. This is to make emphasis mainly, right? So we sound surprising or unusual, no? Right? Or quite formal. That's why I told you it's more common in professional or academic issues, right? And to give that formal impression, right? Not in colloquial English, right? Seldom or hardly have I seen such beautiful work, right? Seldom or hardly ever, no? Any other frequency should be put at the beginning, right? So we use inversion. So we use the auxiliary verb, the subject, and then the main verb, right?
Teacher, what is
Yes.
seldom?
Seldom, rarely.
Rarely.
Rarely or seldom. They are synonyms. I have seldom such a beautiful work, right? So this is the normal place, the second one. But the first one is emphasizing, is we are using inversion, right? And we are using inversion since the very beginning when you were introducing yourselves, talking about your names, your age, no? I'm Daniel. Are you Daniel? This is inversion. This is inversion. Are you Daniel? No, Hector. Or yes, right? Are you married? No, I'm single, no? Or yes, I am, whatever, right? This is called inversion, but probably, well, we didn't know that. And as you are in advanced level, well, you should know, identify, know, and use it. And well, these are some general rules, right? When we modify certain, in this case, adverbs, right? Certain, of course, like hardly or never. Oh, it's marking that my internet connection is steady, but everybody can hear me, right? Yes. Any frequency adverb, right, can be placed at the beginning. Hardly had I got into bed when the telephone rang. What does that? The same as say, I hardly got into bed when the telephone rang. But what we use hardly at the beginning and this inversion in order to sound more formal, right? Yes, Dennis?
So, Miss, it's just it's just to be sure I'm understanding well. These inversions they are not questions, but they have to be like that when they are with these words or phrases.
Well, with frequency adverbs, they are pretty common. Well, yes, we are not making. It was to illustrate that in questions we use inversions, right? But now we are going to use them with frequency adverbs.
Okay.
Or with other expressions. Yes, you are right. Yes, you are right.
Thank you, Miss.
And as I told you, emphasizing this one, that is not an adverb, but it's a very, very common inversion, especially, well, these are well as well, with hardly, with never, with seldom, or rarely, that are synonyms. Or only, of course, with only then, not only, no sooner. Scarcely is just very commonly used in literature. What would be scarcely? This is just very, very used in literature. right? When you are reading literature, novels, or texts or something like that, it's very common, right? Okay. Now, so scarcely is an expression to say, right? Almost nothing, right? But no sooner, not only, it's very common when speaking, for example. Not only does he love chocolates and sweets, but he also smokes. So to emphasize that. Mhm. No sooner had we arrived home than the police rang the doorbell, right? So these inversions, I know that are like weird or sound weird, but they are pretty common in different contexts, right? That's why these are not used in previous courses. These are used in these C1 or C2 courses because, well, this is not for basic courses, right? Or low intermediate levels, right? That's why, right? But I'm going to upload this information for you to read it again more calmly. Meanwhile, let's do an activity or an exercise together, right? Yes. Can we? Can we do an activity together?
Yes.
Let's do this activity together in order to check how can it work? How can it work, right? Okay, inversion here. Yes, somebody is, no. I thought somebody was raising their hand. Okay. Change the normal sentence into one with inversion. For example, we had hardly arrived when Julie burst into the house. Now becomes into hardly had we arrived when Julie burst into the house. Yes? Got it? Sort of?
Yes.
Yes, kind of. Okay, now, please, number 1. Make an effort together. That's why we are doing it together.
Never had John been.
Never have John been never have John been
To such a fantastic restaurant.
Do you agree, guys? Thank you, Leslie. Yes, guys? You want to change something or no? It's okay. Thank you, Leslie. Never had John been to such a fantastic restaurant. Algo escribí mal, seguramente.
I think
Just the
fantastic
point.
was wrong.
Fantastic, ¿verdad? What's wrong? Yes, it's because I'm trying to work. Okay. Why don't I give you the link and you do it? Okay. And then tell me, please. Okay, thank you, Dennis, because I'm trying to listen to you, do it at the same time, write at the same time, and I'm not multitask. Not anymore. Not after the pandemics. I changed that. Okay, yeah, because I didn't write correctly. Fantastic. Thank you, Leslie. Fantastic, Jose restaurant. Okay, correct. Very good, Leslie. The second one?
No way do I want to be associated with this project.
In no way I want to be associated. No? In this project, yes.
I'm not sure.
Thank you, Dennis. Yes. Any other idea? Thank you, Dennis. Thank you very much. No? Hector? Yes? In no way do I want. In this case, we need to emphasize. That's why we are using the auxiliary verb of the tense. We are using present simple. Yes? To emphasize, remember that we use auxiliary verbs and affirmative ideas for emphasizing, right? And for
I
inversion,
think
it's going to be the same.
I say too. I didn't say in.
Okay. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so you were right. Yes?
Yes,
Okay.
just I in was missing in the first.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Right? Then they had no sooner Isabel, guys, whoever.
Okay. No sooner have they eaten dinner.
Yes, thank you, Isabel. No sooner had they eaten. Have they eaten dinner? We are just making the inversion, right? Yes. No sooner had they eaten dinner than the selling crashed onto the dining table. Easy, right? Easy peasy or no?
So.
Yes, Isabel? Yes, so? Carolina or Hector, what would you say, number 4? I think it's my internet connection, guys. Sorry, I couldn't hear anybody. Let me turn my camera on. No, off. Let me turn my camera off because my internet connection is not that good today. I don't know what's going on. There's a little rain, but not in this part of Mexico City. Okay, so Carolina or Hector, can you tell me number 4, please? Hear me, guys? Can you hear me?
Can I try,
Yes?
teacher?
Yes,
Yes,
I
of
can hear
course.
you, but
Yes.
I'm confused.
Okay. Okay. We are, well, in this one was incorrect because my spelling, because of my spelling, right? Fantastic. No? That's the restaurant. Never had John been such a fantastic, otra vez. You know how to spell fantastic, guys. Restaurant, no? Okay. Ahí está. Okay. So in that case, what would be the idea, Caroline? We are just inverting, like in a traditional or normal sentence, verb. Well, in this case, we have subject, verb, and complement, no? But in inversion, we have frequency adverb, part of the complement in this case, at the very beginning to emphasize, right? And we are inverting the subject before the main verb, but after the auxiliary verb. Never had John been to such a fantastic restaurant. Never had John. To emphasize, just to emphasize, right? And to sound more formal. That is the only thing that we are doing impression, right? And this is the first step, right? in no way do I want to be associated with this project because I don't want to be dismissed. No quiero que me despidan. ¿No? Just to mention that this is the most important thing for you. And in this case, we are using auxiliary verb because we are using present simple, right? When we say want to be, no, or wanna do or need to do is present. What is the auxiliary verb for present? Do. Remember, we use the auxiliary verb in affirmative sentences or ideas to emphasize. Just emphasize, right? Something, right? Carolina, clearer a little bit. We are just inverting, switching off, of course, in this case, to some more formal, and because this is pretty common in formal context, in professional stuff and academic issues, right? That's why we are doing that. So instead of saying they had no sooner eaten, no sooner had they eaten, right? We are inverting these ideas. Daniel, can you try? And then Carolina, try. It doesn't matter that we make mistakes. Of course, we are just introducing the topic. And then we are going to go back to the first text about the new parents, right? Because we have some inversions there that you are going to identify. Daniel?
Hey,
Please.
teacher.
Yes, for
Scarcely had I finished writing my essay when the examiner announced the end of the exam.
examiner announced the end. So scarcely had I finished, no? My
Yes,
essay,
yes.
my essay, correct, my essay. Had I
Essay.
finished writing my essay? The examiner announced the end of the exam. Okay, so just on time or no? So, apenitas, no? Like a baseball game, no? Safe, just safe, right? Can you try, Carolina? With this one that is, thank you. And with this one, number 5, that is shorter.
What means first? What means seldom?
Rarely.
Okay. I think it's seldom. Seldom do I leave my house so early.
Seldom do I leave my house so early. So rarely. Because I'm always in a hurry, no? In the mornings, right? Always rushing. Yes, got it. Victor. People really appreciate this musician's talent. Daisy, no? Hector, are you there? No? Daisy?
Rarely,
Rarely. Thank you, Leslie. Rarely.
people appreciate this musician talent.
To emphasize more, what is the auxiliary verb that we use in this case?
Or do.
Do people appreciate this musician's talent, no? Do people appreciate this musician's talent? Yes.
So sometimes we have to add the verb do.
The auxiliary verb.
The
The
auxiliary
auxiliary
verb.
verb to emphasize. In affirmative, yes, in affirmative ideas. To emphasize. In the previous ones, well, we have past simple, right? Past perfect in this we already have the auxiliary verb here, so we have to add it. No, it's already here. The same, no? Past perfect, no?
So when
But
it is in past, we don't add the.
in past perfect, no, but in past simple, yes. Did I? No, we need to
Okay.
add did. In present, do, right? Or does she, right? To emphasize, of course, to make this emphasis, right? And this is very common in literature. Have you read literature so far? ¿Están leyendo algo de literatura so far? No? That you can identify some inversions. Do you remember that I gave you a link for some literature, some novels, that it was audiobooks, some of them? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yes. And are you at least listening? Because, well, I know that you are very active people and busy people. No? Listening to them.
No,
Because-
teacher, I'm focused to finish the platform.
Yes, I know it's too much work, but whenever you finish, because you are very fast, Leslie, I know, you are multitask, no? Probably later on you will focus on this, right? But that would be ideal that you do it from time to time, at least 10 minutes every 2 or 3 days. That would be ideal. 10 minutes, no more. 7? Days. Later would be at the beginning, or what would you say?
Only later will we understand
Would we understand?
what had happened that night.
That night, what had happened that night. Only later would we understand what had happened that night. Very good, you got it. Excellent, you got it. No, it's not that difficult. It's just practice. It's just practice. And we're about to finish this in order to get back just to the text and identify some of them. So they had met such rude people nowhere before. So probably we start with nowhere before. Where before, that would be, no, the frequency works. Nowhere before, what? Have,
Nowhere before had they met such rude people.
rude people. Nowhere have they met such rude people before. Well, nowhere have they met such rude people before. Yes? Or that would be before that day, before that time. And almost finishing, he understood little about the situation, or he understood little about this inversion. Yes? Understood. Well, how would you start the inversion? Show the answer? Yes? I know that it's late and it's Monday. Little, no, we don't have frequency adverb, but it can be possible with quantifiers, remember? Little did he, yes, because we are talking about past simple, so we are using the auxiliary verb of the past, no? Past simple to emphasize. Little did he understood about the situation. Not, no? Yes? The children should, on an account, go on their own. On no account. What would you say?
On no account.
This last one, guys.
Yes, this is on no account. What
Hmm?
it goes first? On no account. Should go to the children. Oh, I don't know. I'm confused with this one.
Should would be the modal verb, no?
Okay.
On no account. Should the children go on their own? Yes, Denise, do you agree? No account.
Yes.
Should the children go on their own?
I guess.
Hmm?
I think.
Yes, because this is the modal verb. On no account should the children go on their own. Yes, on no account. Remember, this grammar structure is mainly used in formal context and literature, work, well, in some professional, for some speakers, of course, lectures, right, at the university, right, as well. And let's go back just to identify from the document we started with, a week enough, right? And we identify, then, and we identify. Identify, please, the inversions you can find here in this context. What inversions can we identify here? Or which inversions can we make mainly, right? Because this is the exercise.
Yes, Miss Iris was about to say that they are inversions that we can make.
From the weekend off. Thank you, Dennis. Rarely, using rarely, or using so, or using no, or little, or only when, or no, or whatever. Just use a couple of them. Just use a couple of them for these parents, tired parents.
Like, for example, in the first phrase, rare, it could be we can do an inversion when we rarely have much time to spend. We can do it like rarely. Do we have rarely? Do we have much time to ourselves? I think.
Rarely do we have much time to ourselves, right? Rarely do we have much time for ourselves, right? Thank you, Dennis. Rarely do we have time to ourselves, so you can write it down. So or not or little. In any other? Thank you. In any other?
In the, as soon as as soon as, and do I open the door? I don't know if it can be like that.
As soon as. Did I open? Without. As soon as. Did I open? Just with did and open, of course, without ed. Right?
Okay.
As soon as did I
open?
Did I open the door? They appear with a bottle of wine. Yes. I'm really let's say surprised. I'm really surprised that you haven't seen this in literature, because I'm sure that you have read literature even in Alice in Wonderland, No? Have you read Alice in Wonderland or
Maybe
something like that?
we see it, but we couldn't identify or
You
or
couldn't
realize that they
identify?
are like that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because I'm sure that you have read it, that you have listened to it many times. But yes, probably is because we are identifying them now, right? In explicit form that, well, you are realizing, no? That you have seen them. Because if you have read Alice in Wonderland or any other, right? Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Have you read any of these classics?
Not in English.
In English. That would be a good idea. That would be a great idea. At least one part, just one short part, no? Because yes, in literature it's pretty common, right? To have inversions. So may you continue, please, using any of these inversions here with this context. And we may check them tomorrow, no, but on Wednesday, right? If possible. But don't worry too much to do homework now. Just focus on your exams and on finishing your platforms, right? So we may continue on Wednesday. Don't worry about. I don't let you do more homework because you have a lot to do, right? Of course. Yes, Fernanda. Yes, Fernanda.
I'm sorry. I couldn't join in time because I'm having some troubles with my internet since last week, and the exam, the mock exam, it's for this week.
Yes, but the mock exam is going to be here on this synchronic session, just one hour on Tuesday. On Thursday. Tomorrow we don't have class. On Thursday. On Thursday from 9 to 10. Is of course the exam, the TOEIC exam is 2 hours, but it's going to be just part of a mock this coming Thursday. Please try to be on time. Please.
Okay, so this Thursday, the class hour is the mock exam.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you.
And
Miss.
now you have to do, yes, you're welcome, Fernanda. Now you have to focus on your final test for advanced 2. From this is covering units from 6 to 10 in advanced 2. And it's in the Discoveries platform, right? All right, and you have until this Thursday to
So we
finish.
have 2 exams this weekend.
But this mock exam is not for evaluation. Remember that this is practice. This is main.
And it is just reading, there isn't a speaking test, right?
No, for TOEIC, no. For this TOEIC version, no. Just reading and listening.
Okay. Thank you, teacher. I'll see you in the next
You're
class.
welcome. See you on Wednesday.
Thank you, Miss.
You're welcome, guys. Nights.